Ever feel like life is moving too fast and no matter how hard you try, you're always one step behind? What if I told you that the key to dominating the next decade isn't about working harder, it's about thinking differently? By the end of this video, you'll have 10 principles that will not only change how you see the world, but also how you succeed in it. Let's get started. Life has a way of throwing curveballs. One day, everything's going great, and the next, it feels like the world is falling apart. But here's the thing. The most successful people, the ones who seem to thrive no matter what, aren't just lucky. They operate by a set of principles that keep them grounded, focused, and ahead of the game. Today, we're diving into 10 life-changing principles that will help you not just survive but dominate 2025 and beyond. These aren't just ideas. They're tools you can use starting right now to take control of your life. Let's be real for a second. The world is only getting more chaotic. Technology is advancing faster than ever. The job market is unpredictable, and the pressure to keep up can feel overwhelming. You might be thinking, how do I stay ahead when everything around me is changing so quickly? Or maybe you've tried self-help books, courses, or even motivational speeches, but nothing seems to stick. The problem isn't you. It's the approach. Most advice out there is either too vague or too complicated to actually use in real life. That's where these principles come in. They're simple, timeless, and designed to work no matter what life throws at you. Principle 1. Take 100% responsibility for your life. Here's the hard truth. If you want to change your life, you have to stop blaming others. Your boss, your family, the economy, none of these are in your control. What is in your control is how you respond. When you take full responsibility for your life, you stop being a victim of circumstances and start becoming the architect of your future. Let's break this down. Responsibility isn't about guilt or shame. It's about power. The moment you say, "This is my life and I'm in charge," everything changes. You stop waiting for someone else to fix things. You stop expecting the world to be fair. You start taking action. Think about it. How many times have you blamed your job for your unhappiness, or your partner for your lack of progress, or even the government for your financial struggles? It's easy to point fingers. But here's the thing. When you blame, you give away your power. You become a passenger in your own life. Taking responsibility means looking in the mirror and saying, "This is on me." It means acknowledging that your choices, big and small, have led you to where you are today. And if you don't like where you are, it's up to you to change it. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being honest. Maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe you've taken wrong turns. That's okay. What matters is what you do next. Start small. Identify one area of your life where you've been blaming others. Is it your career, your health, your relationships? Whatever it is, ask yourself, what's one step I can take today to take control? Maybe it's updating your resume. Maybe it's signing up for a gym membership. Maybe it's having a tough conversation with someone you care about. The key is to act. Action builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence. And confidence builds results. Remember, you're not just responsible for your failures. You're also responsible for your successes. When you take credit for the good things in your life, you'll start to see how much power you really have. This principle isn't just about fixing problems. It's about creating opportunities. When you take responsibility, you open doors you didn't even know existed. You start to see possibilities instead of obstacles. You start to feel in control instead of overwhelmed. So, here's the challenge. Stop blaming. Start owning. Take one step today to take control of your life. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be yours. Principle 2, set goals that inspire you. Goals aren't just about achieving something. They're about becoming someone. If your goals don't excite you, they're not big enough. Think about it. When was the last time you set a goal that made you jump out of bed in the morning? If you can't remember, it's time to dream bigger. Let's be honest. Most people set goals that are safe. They aim for what's realistic, what's achievable, what's comfortable. But here's the problem. Safe goals don't inspire. They don't push you. They don't make you grow. The best goals are the ones that scare you a little but excite you a lot. They're the ones that make you think, Can I really do this? And then, what if I could? Here's the thing. Your goals should reflect who you want to be, not just what you want to have. It's not about the car, the house, or the job title. It's about the person you become along the way. Think about it. If your goal is to lose 20 pounds, that's fine. But what's the bigger picture? Maybe it's about feeling confident in your own skin. Maybe it's about having the energy to play with your kids. Maybe it's about proving to yourself that you can do hard things. When you connect your goals to your values, they become more than just tasks. They become a vision for your life. So, how do you set goals that inspire you? Start by asking yourself, what do I really want? Not what your parents want. Not what society expects. What do you want? Then, think bigger. If your goal feels too small, double it, triple it, stretch yourself. The bigger the goal, the more it will push you to grow. Next, write it down. There's something powerful about putting your goals on paper. It makes them real. It makes them tangible. Finally, take action. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Break it down into small, manageable steps. What's one thing you can do today to move closer to your goal? Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. The person you become while chasing your goals is the real reward. So here's the challenge. Set one goal that scares you a little but excites you a lot. Write it down, take one step today, and watch how it changes your life. Principle 3. Invest in yourself. Daily success doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of consistent effort. The most valuable investment you can make is in yourself. Whether it's reading a book, learning a new skill, or even just taking 10 minutes to reflect on your day, small actions compound over time. Let's break this down. Investing in yourself isn't about spending money. It's about spending time. Time to learn, time to grow, time to become the best version of yourself. Think about it. You wouldn't expect a car to run without fuel, right? The same goes for you. If you're not fueling your mind, your body, and your spirit, you're going to stall out. The good news is, investing in yourself doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as reading a chapter of a book every night, or listening to a podcast on your way to work, or even just taking a few minutes to journal about your day. The key is consistency. Small actions, done every day, add up to big results over time. It's like planting a seed. You don't see growth overnight, but if you keep watering it, it will eventually bloom. Here's the thing. Investing in yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you want to show up for others, you have to show up for yourself first. So, what does investing in yourself look like? It could be learning a new skill that makes you more valuable at work. It could be taking care of your health so you have the energy to chase your dreams. It could be working on your mindset so you can handle challenges with grace. The point is, it's up to you. Only you know what you need to grow. Start small. Ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today to invest in my future self? Maybe it's signing up for an online course. Maybe it's going for a walk instead of scrolling through social media. Maybe it's setting aside 10 minutes to meditate. The important thing is to start. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you have more time or more money. Start with what you have, where you are. Remember, you are your greatest asset. The more you invest in yourself, the more you'll grow. And the more you grow, the more opportunities will come your way. So here's the challenge. Take one step today to invest in yourself. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be meaningful. Principle 4. Surround yourself with the right people. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you want to grow, you need to surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to be better. Let's be honest. The people around you have a huge impact on your life. They influence your thoughts, your habits, and even your goals. If you're surrounded by negativity, it's going to rub off on you. If you're surrounded by positivity, that will too. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who just drains your energy? Maybe they're always complaining. Maybe they're stuck in the past. Maybe they don't believe in your dreams. Now, think about someone who lifts you up, someone who encourages you, someone who makes you feel like anything is possible. The difference is night and day. Here's the thing. You don't have to cut people out of your life, but you do need to be intentional about who you spend your time with. Take a look at your inner circle. Are they lifting you up or holding you back? If it's the latter, it might be time to make some changes. This isn't about being judgmental, it's about being honest. If you want to grow, you need to surround yourself with people who are also growing. People who inspire you to be better. People who challenge you to think bigger. So how do you find these people? Start by looking for communities that align with your goals. Maybe it's a mastermind group, maybe it's a fitness class, maybe it's an online forum. The key is to put yourself out there. Don't wait for the right people to come to you. Go to them, and don't forget to be that person for others. Lift people up, encourage them, challenge them. When you give, you'll also receive. Remember, you're not just the average of the people around you. You're also a reflection of the energy you bring. So, here's the challenge. Take a look at your inner circle. Are they helping you grow? If not, what's one step you can take today to surround yourself with the right people? Principle 5. Master the art of discipline. Motivation is powerful. It lights a fire within you, gets you excited, and pushes you to take that first step. But motivation is fleeting. It's here today, gone tomorrow. That's why discipline matters more. Discipline keeps you moving when the excitement fades. Discipline shows up when motivation doesn't. It's the quiet force that keeps you consistent, even when you don't feel like it. Think about it. Anyone can work hard when they're excited, inspired, or feeling good. But what about when you're tired, when you're discouraged, when nothing seems to be working? That's when discipline kicks in. It's about showing up no matter what. It's about doing the work even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when no one's watching. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's the daily choice to keep moving forward, one step at a time. Some days, it'll feel easy. Other days, it'll be a struggle. But every time you choose discipline over excuses, you get stronger. You build resilience. You prove to yourself that you can do hard things, and that confidence carries over into every area of your life. Start small. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Just pick one habit that aligns with your goals. One thing that, if done consistently, will move you closer to where you want to be. Maybe it's waking up early, maybe it's reading for 30 minutes a day, maybe it's exercising, even if it's just a short walk. Whatever it is, commit to it. Not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. Expect resistance. Your mind will come up with excuses. I'm too tired. I don't feel like it today. One day off won't hurt. Don't listen. Remind yourself why you started. Remember the bigger picture. Discipline isn't about today. It's about the future you're building. It's about who you're becoming. Over time, discipline becomes a habit, and habits shape your life. It stops being a struggle and starts being automatic. Just like brushing your teeth or tying your shoes, it becomes a part of who you are. That's the power of discipline. It takes effort at first, but once it's ingrained, it carries you through the toughest days. And here's the truth. Discipline leads to freedom. It sounds ironic, but it's true. When you're disciplined with your time, you gain more of it. When you're disciplined with your health, you feel better and live longer. When you're disciplined with your finances, you build wealth and security. Discipline isn't about restriction. It's about creating the life you want, one choice at a time. So, master the art of discipline. Start small. Stay consistent. Keep showing up, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because that's where growth happens. That's where success is built. And one day, you'll look back and realize that discipline wasn't just a habit. It was your greatest asset. Principle 6. Focus on progress, not perfection. Perfection is a trap. It whispers lies, telling you that everything needs to be flawless before you start, that you need to have it all figured out, that if it's not perfect, it's not good enough. But here's the truth. Perfection doesn't exist. It's an illusion, a moving target you'll never hit. And if you chase it, you'll never get started. Instead, focus on progress. Focus on getting better, even if it's just a little bit each day. Small steps add up over time. One day, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. Not because you were perfect, but because you kept moving forward. Progress is messy. It's full of mistakes, failures, and setbacks. But that's where growth happens. Every mistake is a lesson. Every failure is feedback. It's not about avoiding mistakes. It's about learning from them. It's about falling and getting back, up, again and again. When you aim for progress, you free yourself from the fear of failure. You stop worrying about what others think. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. Instead, you take action. You learn as you go. You improve with each step. That's how greatness is built, through consistent, imperfect action. Celebrate every win, no matter how small. Did you take the first step? Celebrate that. Did you learn something new? Celebrate that. Did you keep going, even when it was hard? Celebrate that too. Every step forward is progress. Every effort counts. Don't wait for the big milestones to acknowledge your growth. Appreciate the journey every step of the way. Progress is about being better than you were yesterday. It's about comparing yourself to who you were, not to who someone else is. Your journey is yours alone. Someone else's chapter 20 is not your chapter 1. Don't let comparison steal your joy or your progress. Remember, even small progress adds up. 1% better every day leads to massive growth over time. It's not about huge leaps. It's about small, consistent steps in the right direction. That's how momentum is built. That's how goals are achieved. And don't be afraid to make adjustments. Progress is not a straight line. It's a winding road with twists, turns, and detours. If something's not working, change your approach. But don't quit. Keep moving forward, even if it means taking a different path. Stop aiming for perfection. Start aiming for progress. Show up. Do the work. Learn from your mistakes. Keep moving forward. When you focus on progress, not perfection, you give yourself permission to grow, to learn, and to succeed. One day, you'll look back and realize that all those small steps weren't small at all. They were the building blocks of your success, not because they were perfect, but because they were consistent, because you kept moving forward, because you chose progress over perfection every single day. Principle 7. Learn to say. Know your time and energy are your most valuable resources. Once spent, you can't get them back. That's why learning to say no is so important. If you say yes to everything, you'll spread yourself too thin. You'll end up exhausted, overwhelmed, and unfocused. You'll be busy, but not productive. Active, but not effective. Saying no isn't about being selfish. It's about protecting your priorities. It's about making room for what truly matters. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you're saying no to something important. Every yes is a no to something else. That's the cost. The problem is, saying no is hard. We don't want to disappoint people. We don't want to miss out. We don't want to seem rude or ungrateful. So, we say yes, even when we don't want to. Even when we know. It's not the best use of our time, but here's the truth. You can't do everything, and you shouldn't try. Not all opportunities are meant for you. Not all requests deserve your attention. You have to be selective. You have to protect your time, your energy, your focus. You have to say no to the good so you can say yes to the great. It starts with clarity. Know your priorities. Know your goals. Know what truly matters to you. When you're clear on your purpose, saying no becomes easier. It's no longer about rejection. It's about alignment. It's about making choices that support your vision. Practice saying no with kindness and respect. You don't have to explain yourself. A simple, "I appreciate the offer, but I can't commit right now," is enough. Or, "That sounds great, but I have other priorities that need my attention." Be polite, but firm. Stand your ground. You'll be surprised how liberating it feels. When you stop saying yes out of guilt or obligation, you take back control of your life. You create space for what matters. You give yourself permission to focus on your goals, your growth, your happiness. So, first, people might not understand. They're used to you saying yes. They're used to you being available. But over time, they'll respect your boundaries. They'll see that you're serious about your priorities, and the right people will support you. Remember, every yes has a cost. Every time you agree to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're paying with your time, your energy, your focus, and those are resources you can't afford to waste. Choose wisely. Don't say yes just to be liked. Don't say yes just to avoid conflict. Don't say yes out of fear or guilt. Say yes because it moves you closer to your vision, because it aligns with your purpose, because it matters to you. Learning to say no is an act of self-respect. It's a commitment to yourself and your dreams. It's about protecting your path, your priorities, your purpose. It's not easy, but it's necessary. It's not selfish, it's smart. So learn to say no. Protect your time, protect your energy, protect your focus. Say no to distractions, to obligations that don't serve you, to opportunities that aren't aligned. Because every no is a yes to what truly matters. And that's how you build a life of purpose and fulfillment. Principle 8. Embrace failure as a teacher. Failure is inevitable. If you're pushing boundaries, taking risks, or trying anything new, you will fail. Not once, but many times. That's just part of the journey. But here's the key. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of success. It's a stepping stone. It's a teacher. Most people fear failure. They see it as proof of inadequacy, as a reason to quit. But that's a mistake. Failure is feedback. It shows you what doesn't work so you can find out what does. It builds resilience, shapes character, and sharpens your skills. Look at anyone who's achieved greatness. They've all failed repeatedly. They've faced setbacks, rejections, and defeats. But they didn't quit. They learned. They adapted. They grew stronger. That's the difference. Successful people don't avoid failure. They learn from it. Change how you see failure. Don't take it personally. It's not about you. It's about the process. It's about learning what works and what doesn't. It's about gaining wisdom through experience. It's about growth. When you fail, don't get discouraged. Get curious. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I do better next time? Break down the failure. Analyze it. Find the lesson, then apply it. That's how you turn failure into progress. Failure also teaches humility. It keeps you grounded. It reminds you that you don't have all the answers, that there's always room to learn and grow. It builds empathy and resilience. It makes you stronger, wiser, better. Don't let the fear of failure hold you back. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the guaranteed outcome. If you do, you'll never start. You'll never grow. You'll stay stuck in your comfort zone, safe but unfulfilled. Instead, take risks. Be bold. Be willing to fail. Because every failure brings you one step closer to success. Every mistake teaches you something valuable. Every setback is an opportunity to rise again, stronger than before. Remember, the most successful people aren't the ones who never failed. They're the ones who kept going, who refused to quit, who turned failure into fuel. They learned, they adapted, they persevered, and that's why they succeeded. Think about a failure that taught you something valuable. Maybe it was painful, disappointing, or embarrassing at the time, but looking back, it shaped you. It taught you resilience, creativity, or patience. It was a turning point. That's the power of failure. Failure is not final. It's not a dead end. It's a detour, a lesson, a necessary step on the path to success. Embrace it, learn from it, grow because of it, and keep moving forward. The only true failure is giving up, quitting before the lesson is learned, stopping before the breakthrough. Everything else is growth. Everything else is progress. So, embrace failure as a teacher. Learn from your mistakes. Adapt your approach. Try again and again and again. Each time you'll get closer to your goal. Each time you'll grow stronger, wiser, better. Failure isn't the end. It's just the beginning of the next step in your journey. It's proof that you're trying, learning, growing. So don't fear failure. Use it, learn from it, and let it shape you into the person you're meant to be. Principle 9. Practice gratitude daily. Gratitude is powerful. It shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right. It changes how you see the world, how you feel, and how you live. Most people go through life focusing on what they don't have. They see the problems, the setbacks, the disappointments. They get caught up in comparison, envy, and frustration. But gratitude changes all of that. It reminds you of what you do have. It brings your attention to the good, the blessings, the beauty already present in your life. Think about it. No matter what you're going through, there's always something to be grateful for. It could be the roof over your head, the food on your table, the people who love you. It could be the simple joys, a warm cup of coffee, a sunny day, a smile from a stranger. Gratitude isn't about having everything you want. It's about appreciating everything you have. When you practice gratitude, you change your mindset. You go from scarcity to abundance, from negativity to positivity. You stop focusing on what's missing and start appreciating what's present. And that shift changes everything. It changes how you feel, how you act, and how you experience life. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means acknowledging the challenges but choosing to focus on the good. It's about finding the silver lining, even in difficult situations. It's about saying, "This is hard, but I'm grateful for the lesson. I'm grateful for the strength I'm building. I'm grateful for the growth this challenge is bringing." It's easy to be grateful when everything's going well, but real gratitude shows up in the tough times. When life is hard, when nothing seems to be working, when you feel lost or defeated, that's when gratitude matters most. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you hopeful. It gives you the strength to keep going. Start a gratitude journal. Every day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big or life-changing. In fact, the smaller the better. The more you notice the little things, the more you'll realize how blessed you are. Maybe it's the laughter of a loved one. Maybe it's a beautiful sunset. Maybe it's just the fact that you woke up today alive and breathing. Do this every day. Make it a habit. At first, it might feel awkward or forced, but keep going. Over time, it becomes natural. You'll start noticing the good more often. You'll start feeling more positive, more content, more at peace. Gratitude isn't just a feeling. It's a practice. It's something you choose to do every single day, especially on the hard days, especially when you don't feel like it. That's when it matters most. That's when it makes the biggest difference. Gratitude changes your perspective. It helps you see opportunities instead of obstacles. It helps you focus on solutions instead of problems. It helps you appreciate the journey, even when the destination feels far away. When you practice gratitude, you become more present. You stop rushing through life, always chasing the next thing. You slow down. You notice the beauty around you. You appreciate the moments that matter. Think about it. What kind of impact do you want to have on the world? How do you want to be? Gratitude also strengthens your relationships. When you're grateful for the people in your life, you treat them better. You're more patient, more understanding, more loving. You stop taking them for granted. You express your appreciation more often, and that deepens your connections, builds trust, and strengthens your bonds. Gratitude is contagious. When you're grateful, you inspire others to be grateful too. Your positivity lifts them up. Your appreciation reminds them of their blessings. Your example shows them how to live with joy, no matter the circumstances. It's not always easy. Life is full of challenges, disappointments, and pain, but gratitude doesn't ignore the struggles. It simply chooses to focus on the blessings, even in the midst of hardship. It acknowledges the pain, but finds hope in the good. Think about your own life. What do you have today that you once wished for? What blessings are you overlooking because you're too focused on what's missing? What small joys are present every day that you've stopped noticing? Start looking for the good. Start noticing the blessings. Start appreciating the beauty that's already around you. It's there, waiting for you to see it. And when you do, everything changes. Gratitude doesn't change your circumstances. It changes you. It changes how you see, how you feel, how you live. It makes you happier, healthier, more resilient. It gives you strength in the storms and joy in the journey. Practice gratitude daily. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Share it with others. Make it a habit, a lifestyle, a way of being. Not just when things are good, but especially when they're not. Especially when life is hard. Especially when you feel discouraged, overwhelmed, or defeated. Gratitude is a choice to focus on the good, to appreciate what you have, to find joy in the present. And that choice changes everything. It changes your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. It changes your life. So practice gratitude daily. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. Notice the little things. Appreciate the people around you. Celebrate the small wins. Find joy in the journey. Gratitude is simple, but it's powerful. It doesn't take much time, but it changes your whole day. It doesn't require anything external, but it transforms your internal world. Choose gratitude every single day, not because life is perfect, but because there's always something to be grateful for. Not because everything is easy, but because there's beauty even in the struggle. Not because you have everything you want, but because you already have so much. Practice gratitude daily. Make it a habit. Make it a lifestyle. Let it change your perspective. Let it change your heart. Let it change your life. Because when you live with gratitude, you live with joy. And that's the greatest gift of all. Principle 10. Leave a legacy. At the end of the day, success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about what you contribute. It's about the impact you leave behind. When your time is up, nobody will remember how much money you made or the titles you held. They'll remember how you made them feel. They'll remember the difference you made in their lives. That's legacy. Leaving a legacy isn't about fame or fortune. It's about influence. It's about making a positive impact that outlives you. It's about touching lives, inspiring others, and contributing to a better world. It's about living with purpose and intention. Remembered? What stories do you want people to tell about you? These are powerful questions. They force you to look beyond yourself. They force you to think about the bigger picture. A legacy isn't built overnight. It's built every day through your actions, your choices, your words. It's built in how you treat people, how you show up, how you contribute. It's built in the example you set and the values you live by. You don't have to be famous to leave a legacy. You don't have to be wealthy, powerful, or influential. You just have to be intentional. You just have to care. You have to decide every day to make a difference, to live in a way that matters. Your legacy starts with your relationships, with your family, your friends, your colleagues. How do you make them feel? How do you support them, encourage them, uplift them? Do you listen? Do you care? Do you show up when it matters? People won't remember the things you said as much as how you made them feel. They'll remember your kindness, your empathy, your love. They'll remember the times you were there for them, the times you believed in them, the times you helped them grow. Your legacy is also built through your work, not just what you achieve, but how you achieve it. Are you honest? Are you respectful? Do you add value? Do you inspire others to be their best? Do you make a positive impact? Your work is an opportunity to contribute, to create, to serve. It's a platform to express your values, to share your gifts, to make a difference. It's not just about earning a living, it's about building a life of purpose and impact. But legacy goes beyond work and relationships. It extends to your community, to the causes you support, to the change you inspire. It's about giving back, about lifting others up, about making the world a little better because you were here. You don't have to change the world to leave a legacy. You just have to change one life. You just have to make a difference, no matter how small. A smile, a word of encouragement, a helping hand. They all matter. They all leave an impact. Think about the people who influenced you the most. Maybe it was a teacher who believed in you, a mentor who guided you, a friend who stood by you. Maybe it was a parent who sacrificed for you, a stranger who showed you kindness, a leader who inspired you. They may not have been famous. They may not have been wealthy or powerful. But they left a legacy, a mark on your heart, an impact on your life. And you can do the same. Leaving a legacy isn't about perfection. It's about authenticity. It's about being real, being vulnerable, being human. It's about sharing your story, your struggles, your triumphs. It's about letting others see your journey, your growth, your evolution. Your legacy is built on your values, on what you stand for, on what you're willing to fight for. It's built on your integrity, your courage, your generosity. It's built on the example you set, not just in your successes, but in your failures. People learn from how you handle setbacks, how you rise after a fall, how you keep going when it's hard. They learn from your resilience, your perseverance, your faith. That's legacy, that's impact. So live with intention, live with purpose. Make choices that reflect your values, your vision, your dreams. Make decisions that contribute to a better world, a better community, a better future. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for more time, more money, more resources. Start now. Start where you are, with what you have. Make a difference today, in whatever way you can. Maybe it's a kind word, a helping hand, a donation to a cause you care about. Maybe it's mentoring someone, volunteering in your community, sharing your knowledge. Maybe it's simply showing up, being present, being there for someone who needs you. Legacy is built one moment at a time, one choice at a time, one action at a time. It's not about grand gestures or big achievements. It's about the little things, done consistently with love and purpose. Remember, your life is your message. Your actions are your legacy. People, eyes, are watching, learning, growing because of you. Your influence is greater than you realize. Your impact is deeper than you know. So, live boldly, live generously, live intentionally. Don't just chase success, pursue significance. Don't just accumulate wealth, create value. Don't just build a career, build a legacy. Ask yourself, what's one thing you can do today to make a difference? What's one way you can contribute, inspire, uplift? What's one step you can take toward leaving the world better than you found it? At the end of the day, that's what matters. Not the money, not the status, not the accolades, but the lives you touched, the hearts you uplifted, the difference you made. That's legacy. That's impact. That's the true measure of success. So, decide today to live with purpose. Decide today to leave a legacy, not just in your achievements, but in your contributions. Not just in what you get, but in what you give. Because at the end of the day, that's what lasts. That's what matters. That's what changes the world. These principles aren't just ideas. They're a blueprint for living a life of purpose, resilience, and success. But here's the thing. Knowing them isn't enough. You have to take action. Start with one principle that resonates with you and commit to applying it in your life. That's where real change begins. To recap, we've covered 10 life-changing principles: taking responsibility, setting inspiring goals, investing in yourself, surrounding yourself with the right people, mastering discipline, focusing on progress, learning to say no, embracing failure, practicing gratitude, and leaving a legacy. These aren't just tools for success, they're tools for living a meaningful life.